And now we're recording. Yeah. What do you think of that?
I think that it is an awesome technology that we have that humanity has not had for most of our history.
I love when you say words. That's my favorite thing about this podcast is when you say words.
Yeah, that's really the only criteria for this podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. I am Greg Benson.
And I'm Craig Benson. We are officially married.
We are the two Bensons. Benson and Benson. Craig, thank you, by the way, for changing your name. I really appreciate that. I feel like that just makes it easier on everyone.
It sure does. It's not going to be confusing or anything. Have you ever seen the show Benson?
Yeah.
So, how you doing, Greg?
I'm good. I was live streaming last night on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/mediocrefilms. And did you notice how I plugged myself?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Greg, please no more plugging yourself.
Okay, I will not. I will no longer plug twitch.tv/mediocrefilms.
It's really disgusting.
Yeah, I know. You think that's disgusting? You should have seen what I did 5 minutes ago. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, I was live streaming and somebody said, "Hey, I never realized that you and Craig Benzine have very similar names."
They never realized that. That is the only thing we talk about. That is all we talk about.
Every single episode. Oh, it's so true. By the way, you're going to come and be on my live stream again. I wonder if this episode will premiere before you're on the live stream again. I think it will because you're going to be on Friday, June 17th on my show Bad Movies Live.
Are we only ahead by like one episode at this point?
I think so, because we have the next episode we've already recorded. That's released on Sunday the 5th. I believe this episode will be released Sunday, June 12th, which is my 18-year anniversary with my wife.
Oh, congratulations. But hey, listen, we should talk more about the scheduling of this episode and make that the whole podcast. I think the whole episode.
You know what? It's fascinating, and I think that's why people tune in because they really love it. So, someone else commented last night during the live stream. They said that they feel that you and I could talk about anything and it would be entertaining. So let's.
You think so?
Yeah. Let's put a test to that. Hey.
Okay.
Do you have any like extra cardboard boxes in your garage?
You know what? We do. For a while there, we had a lot. And it got really to be a problem. So we actually just every night took 10 minutes to break down as many boxes as we could, and then made a pile, and then another pile, and another pile. It was like a weeks long process, and we eventually got them all gone. But
no, I don't understand. When you break them down, why did you have to put them in piles?
Well, I mean, otherwise you're just going to have cardboard strewn about your garage. And garage.
What I don't understand is when you break them down, why don't they immediately go into the recycle bin?
Because we need to fill the recycling bin with other regular recyclables like jars and containers that we use throughout the week. And then at the end, put the cardboard on top.
Whoa! Wait!
Yeah.
You're not keeping your jars?
Not all of them, no.
You know what? They were right. We can talk about anything, and it's fascinating.
It's true.
This is really good.
Okay, Greg, do you have cardboard boxes? Do you recycle?
We do recycle. I mean, we live in California. You have to recycle everything here. We can even recycle styrofoam. Can you recycle styrofoam in Wisconsin?
I doubt it. But, just because you're supposed to in California, it doesn't mean that you do. That's why I had to ask.
Well, no, yeah. Oh, absolutely we do. It's funny because my sister-in-law has a cousin who she's visited here, and she was visiting her cousin and staying there, and they were just throwing their like aluminum cans and stuff just into the regular trash. And she's like, "Where's your recycling?" And the guy's like, "Oh, yeah, we don't do that." And she's like, "What? You don't recycle?" She's like, yeah, you probably think I'm a bad person because we don't recycle, but we just put it all in the trash. And she's like, "But it's so easy." I mean, honestly, it's so easy. You just have two bins. You put the coin. You know what I mean? You put the.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, and my wife's family is from Owensboro, Kentucky, and they don't have a recycling program there in that town at all.
They just don't.
They don't. Nope. So I was just throwing stuff away like it didn't matter. It felt like chaos theory,
Oh, sure I do. Yeah, based on the TV show Get Smart.
Yes. That just because that has the word chaos in it, that's why I brought it up. But it was very chaotic. It just felt.
Let me ask you.
Too free. I was too free.
Yeah. Would you say that you were throwing stuff away willy nilly?
As long as you don't turn it into something inappropriate, yes.
Let me ask you something. What else in your life do you normally do willy nilly?
Kind of my editing style, my video editing style on my. Just so you know, I'm going to plug myself just for a moment.
You're going to plug like twitch.tv/mediocrefilms?
No, that's your Twitch
people
channel.
To go there. Well, all right. Feel free to plug it if you like. Go ahead. Twitch.tv/mediocrefilms.
Listen, I do a YouTube channel. It's called. You can find it at twitch.tv/mediocrefilms.
Can we be a little more specific? Can you just add the HTTP //
Well, you just did. But
www.twitch.tv. Hang on, I'm not done.
Yeah.
/mediocre films.
And
that's spelled MED.
Okay.
Okay. God, I love this podcast.
But you forgot the S. Now, do you do the S? HTTPS.
No. No. I don't believe in the HTTPS. I don't believe it exists.
Really? Oh, that's a really easy thing to see with your eyes.
I don't know. What might be easy for one person is not easy for another person.
Okay, sure. Anyway, I make videos, and my editing style, I would call it sometimes willy-nilly. When I'm putting B-roll on, I'm going on the internet and I'm finding B-roll.
Can you explain to people who don't know what B-roll is what B-roll is?
Well, you got your A-roll, which is like your primary roll.
Yeah.
And then B-roll is like the secondary roll.
Now, is it filled with bees? Is that what you're talking about?
It can be, if you will. It can be filled with bees if you're talking about bees. If it's appropriate.
By the way, listen, since we're talking about this, I'm looking at you right now on Zoom. Your beard is just next level beard. I mean, you've got quite a beard going on, and I feel like your beard could be filled with bees.
Like you could fill it with bees, or it could be currently filled with bees.
No, currently you might have bees in there, and I wouldn't be able to see them because your beard is so long and thick.
Well, I will tell you that I do not have bees in my beard right now.
How do you know though? How can you know for sure?
Well, I'm running my fingers through my beard. Here, listen.
Wow.
I got caught in the microphone there.
I could almost hear something. Did you actually get some hair caught in the little holes in the microphone and it pulled on your beard?
It did a little bit. It did a little bit. You know what would be funny is in the post production of this podcast, which I know you do a lot of post production.
Oh, absolutely. I cut out all of your cursing, by the way, because you curse so much in this. I cut all of it out because I don't want people to hear all your cursing.
That's why we record for like 3 hours. Yeah, because that's how much cursing is going on.
Yeah, they're only hearing the best 40 minutes of each 3-hour session.
Yeah. Well, you could add actual bee sounds when I do that. That would be very funny.
Oh, and now it's done.
Wow, you did it.
Yeah, I already did it. It took me about a couple hours to add those bee sounds.
That's really weird because I haven't stopped talking to you right now. You're still here.
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. What are you doing? What are you writing down?
I made a note to add bee sounds. I actually wrote it down. I wrote down the time code and I made a note to add bee sounds. That way I don't have to search for it. I just go right to it, add some bee sounds. Bee sounds, which, by the way, I will steal from YouTube. That's where I steal all my sound effects now.
All of them?
Well, yeah, but because everything's available on YouTube. You just find the right sound and download it and use it.
That's illegal, Greg. That's illegal.
I do plenty of things that are illegal. I speed every day when I'm driving around. I speed.
Oh, my God.
I know. Sometimes I go 6, 7, 8 miles over the speed limit.
Jeez.
I know.
Well, thankfully, I don't live in Hollyweird. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what you didn't finish doing? You didn't finish plugging your own stuff. Why don't you plug your own stuff right here on the podcast?
Well, yeah, I told you. https://www.
And are those forward slashes or backslashes?
Those are backslashes, I believe. I'm looking at the keyboard right now. Yes, backslashes.
I always get them confused.
Wait a second. Are they forward slashes? Let me look. No, they're forward slashes.
Those are
they're
forward. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
So I was telling people to use backslashes?
Yeah.
How can you tell if it's a forward slash or a backslash? I always get confused.
Well, I'm looking at a URL, a random URL that in my browser right now.
Yes.
And it's leaning as if you were facing someone.
Yes.
And you were leaning forward.
Yes.
If you read from left to right,
yeah,
the slash is leaning forward to the right.
Forward to the right. What if the person that you're leaning toward is to the left and you're leaning forward to the left?
But we read left to right, so.
Yeah, we do, but maybe we have people from Israel who are listening to this. They read right to left.
Okay. All right. Listen. Okay, if you're from Israel, it's a backslash.
No, wait a minute, though.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Do you think in Israel they call a backslash a forward slash because they read right to left?
You know, I'm wondering if their URLs work the same way as ours and they are left to right. Or do their browsers actually type right to left?
Also, do their browsers use Hebrew lettering?
Probably. I would imagine.
Oh man, we're really getting deep into this. This is fascinating. I'm sure everyone listening is fascinated.
Probably because we have all the answers. Like we're a real good source for this.
We really do. And by the way, when you're done with this whole bit that you're doing, I've got some facts for you that you've never heard before about lettuce. By the way, I don't know if you know that this is a podcast about lettuce.
Yeah. Oh yes, right.
Yeah.
So. I didn't know I was doing a bit. I thought I was just plugging.
No, you're doing. This is a bit that you're doing right now.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's not a very good bit.
I feel like you are kind of instigating the bit. I'm just trying to plug my website here.
Why haven't you done it yet? Why is it taking you so long to plug your website?
Listen, https:// depending on where you are in the world, it could be a backslash or a forward slash. Look at other browsers and see how they slash.
Do they have to do the S
or other URLs?
Do they have to do the S? Does it have to be a secure HTTP website?
No. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure what the S does.
Well, that's supposed to make it secure. The S stands for secure.
Yeah, but that's what they say. Whatever.
Yeah. Who is they, by the way? Is it the Dick Van Patten family? I've always assumed it was the Dick Van Patten family.
It's the Dick Van Patten family. Okay. Absolutely. Anyway, www.youtube.com/ now that slash is the same direction as the other slashes you use.
And YouTube, is it just the letter U?
No. It's a YOU.
Okay. YOU tube.
Yes.
Got it.
So / Wheezy Waiter. Now the Wheezy is with an H. WHEEZY.
So it's not like the wife in the Jeffersons. That's a different Wheezy.
Yes, does she spell it without an H?
Well, I mean, I think her name was Louise, and he called her Wheezy. If I remember correctly, I haven't seen the Jeffersons since the 1970s.
Yeah. Oh, you watched it when it came out? You don't watch any reruns?
No. Of course I watched it when it came out. What do you think? I'm going to miss the Jeffersons when I'm a kid?
But you're not going to watch the reruns?
Nah, I've already seen them.
Have you ever watched a rerun of anything?
All right, you got me there.
Okay.
I have watched reruns of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to watch reruns of?
Earlier this morning, my wife was eating breakfast and she had some eggs and toast, and I enjoyed that so much. I did watch a rerun of that later, later in the morning.
You watched her eat eggs and toast later?
Yeah, I replayed that. It was on Netflix.
Wait. Did you now? Okay. Did you record it and then send it to Netflix? And
I just watched the Netflix replay of that.
Why is your wife eating, what was it, eggs and toast?
Yeah. Eggs and toast. Sourdough toast. If
why?
Sourdough.
Sourdough. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes it a little clearer.
Yeah.
But why was it on Netflix?
Okay, I feel like what you're doing here is you're trying to catch me in a lie.
No, I'm just trying to clarify.
I feel you're trying to catch me in a lie. You're trying to say when you say you've watched your wife eat eggs and toast on Netflix, you're lying, Greg Benson. That's what I feel like you're trying to do right now.
The only reason you think that is maybe because you are lying, but I'm not trying to imply anything. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Let me just say this. I swear to God, I watched my wife eat eggs and toast from earlier this morning on Netflix later in the morning, and if I'm lying, may God strike me dead. There.
Okay, you can't use God as a lie detector. You just can't.
Why not?
Well, it's not. There's nothing scientific about it. It's not proving anything.
Okay, I just wanted for you to believe me. That's all. I just thought maybe if I used those words, you'd believe me. Look, I'm still here.
No. Listen, I absolutely believe you.
Yeah,
you've never given me any reason to not believe you yet.
Good.
That's
settled.
But I want you to explain further why it was on Netflix.
Well, that's settled.
Because my theory actually is that you
yes.
film your wife maybe when she doesn't know about it, and then you watch it back, and maybe you're a little confused as to what Netflix is. So Netflix does not mean just watching something on video. It's a specific. Oh, you've lost it.
Oh my God. This is the stupidest podcast ever. This is honestly, why does anybody listen? This is the stupidest thing ever in the whole history of ever.
Greg finally realized what we're doing here. He finally realized.
Oh man. Oh, I might throw up.
Every other episode we've done, and I do listen to these back, by the way.
I've listened to 2 episodes, by the way. I've listened to 2, and I really enjoyed them.
I listened to every single one so far, and in probably every single one, you say this is the best podcast. So you've changed your tune.
Listen, it can be the best and the stupidest at the same time. I think they're both valid.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, I needed this. It's been a tough week, and so I needed this. So I'm happy for you. We are friends.
We are very good friends.
We are laughing.
I don't really want to be in your house because I'm assuming there are cameras everywhere now.
Well,
but
that remains to be seen.
Oh.
Don't you love when people say stuff like that?
Maybe by you later when you watch it back.
Don't you love when people just say, that remains to be seen? Like, it's because that means nothing. Doesn't that mean, it means nothing?
It kind of means like, just wait. You know,
well,
like,
only time will tell.
Yeah, you say that a lot and that doesn't. Or you can't make this stuff up.
Well, patience is a virtue.
Yep. My parents used to tell me that as if, and you know what? I've discovered that like that's a good method of parenting when you want to get your kid to, stop doing something that you don't want them to do or start doing something you want them to do. You just take the words you're saying and you label them with other words.
Oh man. Give me an example.
Patience is a virtue. Like, okay, so your kid is like, I want to do it now. And you have to be patient. Why do I have to be patient? Well, because it's a virtue. And then they're like, oh, really? I did not know it was this other thing. That means I should do it.
Wow.
Even though they don't know what that other thing is at all.
See, people didn't know they'd get parenting advice on this podcast. This podcast is so much more than just let us talk.
I don't think they knew anything about what they were going to get on this podcast.
How many people are listening now? Because you look at the metrics. How many people are listening to this podcast now every week?
Listen, I don't look at the metrics that much.
I'm gonna guess it's approximately 7 to 8 million people a week. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Okay, you're gonna be very disappointed. But I'm looking at the metrics right now.
Okay.
All-time plays 1,600.
1,600. That's amazing. Now, is that more or less than 7 to 8 million?
That is, well, if I have to explain that to you, then I feel like this whole entire conversation is pointless.
I'm just not great with math. I'm just asking for your help with math.
It is less, significantly less.
Okay.
But I'm looking now at episode by episode. The previous, it looks like they steadily go up as the weeks go on. But like the first episode had 530 listens. The second episode is currently at 400.
Whoa! Look at that! Look at that growth.
The previous episode, which is only had 1 week to grow, so it's going to be significantly less, but it has 167.
Whoa! Listens. Look at that growth, better and better each week. This is amazing.
No, that's not.
This works like golf, right? Like the lower the score, the better it is.
I mean, depending on your point of view, yes.
All right,
sure.
So it's like this is like a golf podcast. We should talk about golf more often.
Okay. So we'll do that later. The plays per episode is 322. That's the average.
Wow.
So there you go.
Man, this is fantastic. No wonder we're getting such great sponsors. By the way, before we cut to our exclusive Patreon bonus talking, we should thank our sponsor for this week, Towels. Hey, are you ever wet and you need to dry off? Maybe you should try a towel, you son of a bitch.
It's so true. Idiots walking around dripping.
Thank you.
I didn't know Towels
for your sponsorship.
was a brand.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. $7.14 they gave us for that sponsorship.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's so small. I mean, actually, honestly, very reasonable, and seems like I would believe that.
Well,
but
if we have an average of 300 and something viewers, like what do you expect? $7.14 is about all you're going to get, especially from Towels.
Well, what happened to the huge sponsors?
Well, here's the thing. We ended up owing more than that, and because our 12 agents, we have 12 agents now, by the way. Because our 12 agents have seen that Towels are only paying us $7.14. Is that what I said? $7.14?
I think
they decided to waive their percentage, so we're actually making more on the Towel sponsorship than we have on the previous sponsorships.
Oh, that's great. But I don't understand why they came to that conclusion after weeks of ridiculous, absurd business practices.
I don't really understand business. I don't know how things work. Okay. But I just want to thank Towels once again. Towels. Hey, have you ever been in a men's locker room and you've wanted to whip somebody on the butt with something? Try a towel, you piece of shit.
Is this their talking points?
Yeah, I'm just reading their scripts.
Who owns Towels? Like, I want to know who this is.
James Patterson.
Is he an author?
Yeah, the
James
author.
Patterson?
Yeah. He's got a
Did he do the Da Vinci
business.
Code?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, that's Dan something.
Oh yeah, that's Dan Brown. James Patterson.
By the way, when Da Vinci Code came out, everybody was reading it. Kim started to read it, and she was about halfway through the book, and she says, "My God, you would not believe how poorly this book is written." Did you ever read it?
No, I saw the first movie.
She said that just the writing style is just ham-fisted and awful. It's just a poorly written book, and everybody was reading it.
Well, hey, if you're entertained, it doesn't matter if it's written badly. You know?
That's true. Hey, listen, speaking of being entertained by bad things, it is now time for our exclusive Patreon bonus talking section, which begins right now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the bonus talking section. It was amazing. Let me just say something. If for those of you who are not following us over at patreon.com/2guystalkingaboutlettuce, you missed you missed a special announcement that Craig actually made just for you, but you don't get to hear it unless you're on Patreon. It's complicated how it works, but it was a really good few minutes that we just did there.
Greg would call it meta, actually.
What does that mean? You mean like Facebook?
Yes. This episode brought to you by Meta.
Oh wow! Now that would be a big sponsorship.
Get your Meta and put it on your salad.
I don't think you can put Meta on salad.
Is better. Meta makes it better.
I think you're thinking of feta. You can put that on salad.
Meta makes it better. I was thinking of feta.
You were thinking of feta, yeah. And and feta specifically did not. Feta refused to sponsor our podcast. I asked them.
Yeah, you did ask them, and they said, "Go fuck yourself." That's
whoa,
what they said.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Well, and that's what you said to them.
Yeah, that was my response to them. I thought that their letter was great. Go fuck yourself, and then my response to them was even better.
Yeah.
Speaking of salad, I think it's time that we actually have some lettuce content in the show, and I have some lettuce facts that are going to surprise you. Are you ready?
Okay. I feel like they might surprise me. Okay, go ahead.
The average American consumes about 149 pounds of lettuce every second. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. That seems like too much to me.
That's very shocking. I can't. It's like it seems counterintuitive because wouldn't that mean that everyone is constantly consuming lettuce and like way more than they could possibly consume?
I don't know how it works. Listen, I don't know much about the human body, but all I know is if you look around when you walk around in public, you notice how everyone's always violently guzzling lettuce all day long.
Well, and you can't see them behind a pile of lettuce that they're constantly eating. I don't think that's true.
There are approximately 532 varieties of lettuce, give or take 500. So that's another amazing fact.
That's not really a fact. That's kind of just like an estimate. It's not even really an estimate. It's just sort of like saying that there's a bunch of lettuce.
Okay. Did you know that during World War I, lettuce was developed as an edible bandage? Did you know that?
That's not true.
What we have here is these are fascinating facts.
Where are you getting these facts?
I asked people on my Discord to give me some lettuce facts for the podcast. So these are from my Discord, and I just think it's terrific because I don't have to do the research myself. People do the research; they share the information with me.
Now, do you want to plug your Discord?
Nope, it's private.
Okay. All right.
But if people join my Patreon, which is patreon.com/mediocrefilms, they get access to my Discord, and then they can share lettuce facts with us here. And that's the amazing thing. It all overlaps.
Yeah, it's one big pyramid of
lettuce.
Lettuce, I guess.
It's a lettuce pyramid, as they say.
I would call it a pyramid scheme.
Speaking of a pyramid of lettuce, this is from someone named Tim. Tim says iceberg lettuce was first invented by a group of scientists in the Antarctic who grew lettuce heads on iceberg fields, which is why it was given that name. Wow, that's fascinating.
What happened?
That's what Tim said.
Sorry, I spaced out. What happened?
Tim also said in ancient Rome, hearts of romaine lettuce were grown in soil containing grounded up animal hearts, adding additional nutrients like iron to the lettuce and also giving the lettuce a metallic taste. So that practice was eventually abandoned. Man.
These aren't facts, Greg.
Romanus was the ancient Roman god of lettuce. That's where they named romaine lettuce, from Romanus.
I got to tell you, these facts sound like they're coming out of your Romanus.
That was clever. That's called wordplay, folks.
Yep.
That is called wordplay.
puns. You could even call
Puns.
call it a pun. Listen,
Anyway,
I
yeah.
have some lettuce news for you.
Oh, good. I love lettuce.
I mean, as
news.
much as I want to keep hearing these super factual facts, here's some lettuce news.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Anita Burgess, who heads Mise en Place,
Mise en Place,
professional
Yeah.
organizing.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, Anita Burgess. Yeah. Mise en Place. Yeah, I know her. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Everybody knows. This is just common knowledge. But go on. What are you going to say about her?
Okay, recommended this is how to keep lettuce fresh, by the way.
Yeah.
Detaching the lettuce's core and covering the rest of the head in aluminum foil before placing it in the fridge.
Okay, so let me get this right.
Mm-hmm.
Some jerk says, "Oh,
jeez,
you take the core out of the lettuce, wrap the whole thing in foil. It's going to keep it fresher." That's what some jerk says, and you're going to believe it.
Wait, listen. You said you knew who Anita Burgess was. Why are you suddenly calling her some jerk?
Do you know her? She is a jerk.
Okay, all right.
Do you think we're going to get sued now for insulting Anita Burgess?
I mean, I don't think we'll lose if she does sue. I think we're entitled.
Can I just do a public apology to Anita Burgess right now?
Okay. I don't know why you're afraid we're going to get sued all of a sudden.
Well, because I'm sure she listens to this podcast because apparently she's really into lettuce, and so obviously she's going to listen to this. Anita, I would like to apologize to you. I actually don't know you, and I was making up a thing for the purposes of comedy, for its comedic value.
Why are you crossing your fingers, Greg?
They can't see that. You can't even see either. My fingers are down below. You don't even know if they are or not. Let's find out. Oh, they are. They actually are. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just can't get over the fact that I feel like there's bees in your beard.
Why do you think there are bees in my beard?
Because there's plenty of room for bees in your beard.
Whenever you see like just a group of hair, or maybe a pile of leaves, or just a pile of something.
I like that you said whenever you see a group of hair, like you're walking around and there'd be like, hey, look at that group of hair over there.
Yes. Do you just assume
By the way, that's the title of this episode, A Group of Hair.
Yeah. A group of hair.
Congratulations. You've just titled the episode.
I mean, that's what a beard is, essentially.
It's a group of hair?
Yeah.
All right.
Why? If you just see a pile of stuff, do you think there are bees in it? Is that what you automatically think?
Not a pile of stuff. No, of course not. That's ridiculous.
But a group of hair?
A group of hair, absolutely.
Okay.
A group of hair.
Do you like bees, Greg?
I think bees are wonderful. Bees provide a very important job to our ecosystem here in this world that we call the Earth. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big fan of bees. So much so that when bees land in the pool, we have a pool. I don't mean to brag. Yeah. We have a swimming pool that you can swim in. And when bees land in it,
is it heated?
Sometimes I heat it. Yeah.
Do you have a pool guy who cleans it?
I do have a pool guy, yeah. Pay about $130, $150 a month, depending on what he has to do. It's a lot of money. You got to pay
Rockefeller over here.
I know. Look at me. So here's the deal. So when bees land in the pool, I do try to rescue them before they drown, because when bees land in the pool, they can't get out.
Yeah. Do you try to rescue them?
Absolutely. Yeah, especially because bees land in the pool more often when people are swimming in it, because they will like to be around people, and they're like, oh, look, those people are enjoying the pool. I want to go in the pool too. And then they're like, hey, now my wings are wet. I can't. And you can hear them, like tiny little voices. Man, my wings are wet. I can't get out. And then I pick them up in my hands and I just toss them out.
Bees don't talk, Greg. They don't. You can't hear them.
California bees do. I don't know about Wisconsin bees.
California, and I've never heard a bee talk.
You need to be silent. If you're silent and you listen closely, you can hear what the bees are saying.
You've been around me. I'm not that talkative of a
you
guy.
Are. You are. Let me give you an example.
Yeah. Okay.
When we do this podcast, you pretty much talk incessantly.
Well, I talk when you're not talking. Yes, that's true. Because
you're talking right now.
Yeah. Yes. This is an audio medium, Greg. It's an audio medium. So
well, that's all I'm saying is that you talk a lot, and so you don't give yourself space to just enjoy the quiet and listen to the bees. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
should we listen to bees right now?
Well, there are no bees in the room. God.
Well, aren't there? Aren't
No.
there?
He points at his beard. You guys can't see it on the audio podcast. By the way, speaking of you guys can't see
Yeah.
it, one of the things that Craig said he'd do when he had time is edit together some promos for this. So have you done some video editing of these videos I've been sending you? Have you? How's that coming along?
Have you even sent videos?
Yeah, we created a Dropbox. I'm uploading all the episodes, the videos to our Dropbox. I thought you'd be editing some promos by now. We can share on
Greg?
the social media.
Greg,
Yeah.
I feel like you're bringing this up on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because you want me to do some work.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And you think that by doing it publicly,
Yeah.
you're putting me on the spot.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. That is. Yeah. Absolutely. That's correct.
Yeah. And you think that I will cave and say, I'm sorry, I haven't gotten around to it yet.
See, our deal was I do all the audio editing. Send all the stuff. You upload the stuff, and then you do the video editing.
Audio editing.
That's the
What?
deal.
You put some bee sounds in? Is that it?
Hey, listen, it's much more complicated than you think, and you have to.
Yeah.
I have to import. Then I have to edit. Then I have to export.
Yeah.
So much, and also I do all the Patreon work. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of work that I do. You have no idea how many hours a day I spend on this podcast.
I think I do. It's like all the things you're doing, I've done before, and I think I know. I have a sense of how long they take.
Let me just summarize this for you.
Okay, all right.
In an average week, I spend 0.2 hours on this podcast,
okay,
and that's
Is
not
that
even
including
that
recording?
includes recording it, which is weird because
Yeah.
that doesn't really make any sense now that I think about it. I don't know how I spend less
Well,
time than it
because-
actually takes to record one of
because
these.
I would say a large percentage of the recording doesn't feel like work. It's just
Oh
fun.
yeah, now you're right. It is fun,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is fun. You know what? I feel like this podcast is almost like hanging out with a friend.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
You know, and for people who are listening, it's kind of like hanging out with two friends. Do you listeners, leave in the comments here, do you listeners feel like you're hanging out with two friends? Go ahead and leave that in the comments.
Yeah. And is your idea of friends people that are just talking all the time and not listening to what you say at all?
And also, where exactly are the comments? That's what I want to know. Where do they leave those comments?
You could leave a comment. You could tweet at either one of us. We don't tell you what our Twitter is, but you could tweet at either one of us or on the iTunes comment section.
I want to point out that if anybody leaves a review of us in iTunes, we will read your review live on the podcast.
Yes.
Maybe.
Actually, I'm going to go look right now.
Yeah, why don't you go look, see if there's any other. We read one, right? There was run. There was run. I said run instead of one. Did you guys hear that?
Well, we did a run of one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've read a couple actually. And my Twitter, by the way, is Wheezy Waiter at Wheezy Waiter with an H.
I follow you on Twitter, and I think that you are terrific.
Thanks. I mean, I wasn't looking for compliments.
These are quality tweets.
Oh, thank you. But I wasn't really looking for
the
compliments.
things you say on Twitter.
I appreciate it.
They are so good.
What's your Twitter, Greg?
They're the best things.
Okay, thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, what is your Twitter?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I deleted Twitter off my phone a week ago, and I would like to leave it deleted for quite a while.
I have deleted it off my phone as well. I use the computer.
Yeah.
To tweet.
Mediocre Films, of course, is my Twitter. I
Okay.
usually just tweet jokes or I promote when my live streams are live, and that's
All
pretty
right.
much it.
Froggy Villas. Froggy Vilus.
Froggy Villius.
Froggy Villius.
Yeah.
Said, does what it say on the label? These are two guys, and they indeed do talk about lettuce, along with many other things.
Wow.
It's a fun listen.
Wow, that's good. Thank you, Froggy.
Yeah.
Man, it's so good. Froggy.
think
Froggy is a regular viewer on my Twitch streams.
Oh, well, welcome, Froggy. I think we read all the other ones already.
Damn it.
The other all the vast array of other ones, which is 2 other ones.
I want to thank anyone who's gone to the trouble of leaving us a review, and also anyone who's gone to the trouble of listening to this entire 40-something minutes so far. You've made it basically to the end of the podcast. We're approaching the end here. Once we pass the 40-minute mark, that's enough.
Well, once we were past 40-minute, that's where anything can go. Like we might take our clothes off. You never know what might happen by the end.
All right, we're going to take our clothes off right now. Here we go. Hang on.
Okay. It sounds.
You're
struggling.
I'm taking my clothes. Well, they're very tight.
Is it that painful to take your clothes off?
As you can tell, my shirt and my pants are extremely tight. Hang on.
Hey, I feel like you might need to moisturize or something. I don't. No.
Okay, shirts off.
Maybe
now I'm doing pants. Hang on.
Yoga?
Doing pants now.
You want to do some yoga? You might have an intestinal thing going on too.
All right, pants are off.
That was the most heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen.
It's very. I do this every day, and you think it's hard getting them off? Try getting them on. Very difficult.
You notice that I'm already naked, and it was fine. It was easy.
You wear very loose-fitting clothing. Mine are tight, and they're made of rubber, which is
why. Why do you wear that?
I've been saying, I guess it's the store I shop at.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, after 40 minutes, anything goes, guys.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should stop buying my clothing at the Goodyear tire shop. I'm trying to think of where maybe I should stop buying it at.
I was going to say Michelin.
Forever 16 or whatever they call that store. Is that? I don't know. I don't know what they call those.
I don't think there's a Forever 16.
I think there might be. Is there a store called Forever 16 where
there's a Forever 21?
Forever 20. Yeah, I shop at Forever 16. It's 5 less. In fact, that's their motto. It's 5 less! Exclamation mark.
I feel like when I look back on my youth, 16 is like not the age I would want to be forever. Not at all.
Well, no. It is kind of a confusing and frustrating age. You cannot. Well, you can drive at 16, but you really can't do anything else.
Yeah, you can drive. You can
lose
have
your
a gun.
You can lose your virginity. Let's not talk about guns. You can lose your virginity, which I did at 16. How old are you when you lost your virginity?
That's none of your business.
Come on, tell us all.
I was 35 years old.
No, you weren't. So come on, you just don't want to. You don't want to talk about it publicly out of respect for your own family.
That's well, I don't know why that would matter. My family would matter in this scenario.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'd be upset if you shared that information.
You lost 16?
16, yeah.
Yeah. 18 for me.
All right, I win.
Yeah. Okay? All right. That's why you wanted it. You just wanted to feel good about yourself.
I just wanted to win. That's all. And not only that, I lost it in New York City.
Wow.
And I'm not even from New York. I was on a field trip with the drama club of my high school to New York City to go and see shows, and lost my virginity there.
Was it backstage?
Yeah, it was with the entire cast of Cats.
Oh my God. Yeah. Greg.
Yeah.
I feel like people should go to jail for this.
It was an amazing experience.
Okay.
You know how they say you never forget your first Broadway cast?
Oh my God. See, anything goes after 40 minutes, folks. Anything goes.
And that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. I'm Greg Benson.
And I'm Craig Benson.
Please be safe, everybody. Be safe out there. Don't speed too much. And also try not to eat mayonnaise directly from the jar. We'll see you next week. Or hear you, or actually you'll hear us. So never mind what I just said. None of it matters.
Nothing that we said this entire episode matters, except buy some towels, please.
Good night, folks.
Good night.